Ah, what a cool answer. Welcome back. And a big shocker, Jaedong, who's known for being the master of the ZvZ matchup, as it is called, with a near 90% win rate in it for a long time, is now down 0-2 to the newcomer Byul, who is playing phenomenally.
Yeah, definitely so. And I think Byul just knows Jaedong's build so well and is punishing him a lot of times, but also has just well-constructed builds overall in this ZvZ. You would think it's a very dry matchup, not a lot of innovation, but there's tons left, and we're seeing that right now.
Let's hop into game number 3, where once again we are at match point. Such a shocker. Down in the bottom right-hand corner. You may not have heard of him before today, but he is making an enormous impression on the scene as he ends up 2-0. Give a cheer for LGIM's Byul!
And the big favorite right now was set to win the whole dang thing. Down 0-2, needs your support. It is Evil Genius's Jaedong! And talk about balls of steel, man. How do you do this? Third game, possibly your elimination game, and you are looking to do an incredibly fast pool.
This is very dicey because, you know, I'd almost say that in stressful tournament situation, there's a lot of cop-out builds where you're saying, I don't want to have to play extremely well. Things like going for a 6 pool, things like going hatch first and crossing your fingers and praying. But what Jaedong's doing, which is a relatively fast pool, demands absolute precision with his control. This is a very confident opening from Jaedong in this very dicey spot.
He needs to do damage. That's what it comes down to. And most of the time it's going to be killing damage, but with Byul's micro, as he's been showing, I mean, I feel like Byul has what it takes to just defend against this properly, and he's gone for a very standard, safe play, a 15 pool, 15 hatch.
Now this is what's dicey for Byul. I mean, we haven't even gotten the chance to see the mid-game play from either of these players, and it's because of tense spots like this. What's Jaedong normally going to be doing? Applying a lot of lane pressure. So does Byul get his geyser and then go Baneling? Does he go speed? It's such a tough decision because obviously speed is something you want for the long term. Banelings feel like something that you want right now, but we don't even see a single geyser for Byul. He's pulling drones.
Perfect amount of drones too. He's gonna be able to just fend these Zerglings off. The Zergling count for Jaedong will grow, but he can't micro like this. He needs to be so careful with this. Byul able to isolate one of the Zerglings, but overmatched on the south side.
Oh, Jaedong not quite controlling too well, is getting slightly better at the end of the trade, but has a lot of red life Zerglings there.
So was that a successful hold-off for Byul? Do you think he's ahead from here?
I mean, this is what makes it so hard, is that it's not really a favor for either player, because Jaedong had more minerals being mined, because Byul pulled so many of those drones off. Again, those drone counts are very low, so 5 is a lot of drones in this early phase. And suddenly Jaedong has exploded forward to 18 workers. So what happens in Byul's shoes? He says, all right, I don't have a gas geyser yet. I have to go Spine Crawler to defend this. That's exactly what Jaedong wants.
And this is so cool. He actually adds on a Spine Crawler, as you said, to defend against Banelings, right? That's the normal transition. Normally it's this attack, and then there's a phase 2 of it somewhere or another, where Metabolic Boost or Banelings pop in and you can die. And normally it is Banelings for this. People go all in.
No. Wow, what a nice pickup by those drones. That is incredible. That is so huge. Right now, Byul is at 19 drones, but is sort of off phase with Jaedong's pressure. So we see Byul has not yet gotten speed, has not yet gotten Baneling Nest, has made no commitment, no decision, but all of a sudden Jaedong is going to be able to explode forward. And even if just a pair of Banelings get into that natural expansion, it can mean that Jaedong will take a full lead.
But can Jaedong realistically do that? I mean, what can he really do with his speed advantage from here? I mean, this is a wide open natural, but is it really realistic to say, yes, I can get Zerglings into the main base?
I think he can. I mean, once he gets speed done, he's going to have that opportunity to just bolt up into the main base, detect a roach play, see if the Baneling Nest has even been started at all. It's likely that it hasn't. And even, these pushes at the front. What's Byul doing in terms of defense? 9 Zerglings, getting a few more Zerglings. I don't know.
Well, seeing this one Baneling will kind of trigger Byul to say, wow, I have to be very careful because this can be so much pressure coming out of my opponents.
Yeah.
So I like what Jaedong's doing. Will he just back up from here? He's going to show the Baneling, and he's purposely showing the Baneling.
Yeah.
But he's not going to connect it with anything of magnitude.
That's a great point. He purposefully shows a single Baneling, just enough to let Byul confirm Baneling tech. And how does Byul play out of this? Does he then say, uh-oh, I'm definitely getting attacked with a lot? It looks like he's not taking the bait at all. He's instantly going for an extractor. Jaedong has thrown down a layer of his own and 2 spine crawlers. So it looks like Jaedong's definitely going to be backing off.
He hasn't seen the metabolic boost. He doesn't know what he's up against. It could be roaches like we saw in game number 1. So I think he's just so shell-shocked from Byul's, just his build so far. But he's going to get in here and just verify exactly what he's up against. And he's so not happy to see just a very healthy economy and nothing too special. Those spine crawlers are thereby much more inefficient.
So in this spot now, if I'm in Byul's shoes, actually in both players' shoes, Mutalisks are likely going to be the transition choice because with a low amount of drones, it's hard to get enough minerals to throw down a large pack of roaches, but it's very easy to saturate 4 geysers. So all the gas is going to be in the bank, and Mutalisks on this map work quite well, but look at the mini-map. Byul has almost all his overlords on the other side of the map.
Yeah, kind of interesting, yeah. Normally, they're scattered all over the place, but I guess there's only 2 major choke points where you're seeing what the army composition is, and from there you're defending against that.
A nice pickup for Jaedong.
That will shut down any sort of aggression, or at least in Jaedong's mind, it shuts down the aggression that Byul can potentially do. So he feels a lot safer to take his 3rd base and say, okay, let's play a macro game. This is where I'm going to shine and show you how powerful my dong is.
Yeah, I mean, Jaedong is getting the good scout in here. Sees with the Overseer that there is no threats. This is where both players flood nothing but Zerglings, both to defend these 3rd bases, but also to try to deny the enemy's 3rd bases. And we're seeing an almost perfect composition by both these players. The exact right amount of Banelings at these various steps, and Jaedong is so far ahead just with these little basic moves.
Kind of crazy, and even using the spine crawlers to, well, the right effect, but now here's the Banelings and Zerglings try to deny this. But the spine crawler, as soon as it gets planted, they'll say, no, no Banelings.
Well, looks like one poke lands, Jaedong slipping up a little bit, more Zerglings advancing.
We will be able to fend this off, so the spine crawler helps instrumentally in this. And now the mutas are on the way out. 8 mutas for Jaedong. He's going to clear up some overlords first, then go for the main base. 3rd base is already being put down for his opponent, slightly behind. And we're going to see mutas upcoming as well. He has 1,000 gas in the bank. See, that's one thing. Oh, denied.
I mean, the fact that those eggs were a few seconds away from hatching definitely going to benefit Jaedong a lot, and he would be more than happy picking up nothing but Zergling kills at this point in time. Both players obviously going to go straight for the armor upgrade.
Yeah. Normally you would say, oh, Jaedong has the advantage because the Spire is so far ahead, but this isn't like conventional matchups. As long as you have the larva, you have the production. And if you've been mining, it doesn't matter if you're 10 seconds behind, you will have the right muta count against your opponent. So it's not like Byul is terribly behind from this. He loses a couple of overlords, but he's fine.
So in terms of transitioning out of this, what's the next step? There's not going to be one for a very long time. Mutalisks and Zerglings and Banelings deal so much damage so quickly that this is a tactical game. This is about vision and positioning. This is Jaedong's greatest strength. Look at the vision for Jaedong. He's sweeping into the main base. Why? He sees that there are no threats advancing. He's going to pick up some free drone kills before he backs off.
Spots on the map helping out so much for Jaedong. That's how he's able to kind of substantiate his claim to attack. The almost surround is not going to happen as Byul doesn't want to take a little bit of a dicey fight there.
Oh, God. Speaking of dicey, I mean, look at this mini-map vision for Byul. He is just locked in blind.
Yeah, it's nothing. He's purely defending, and the problem is he's defending, doesn't know where they're coming from. Now Muta swinging in between the natural and the 3rd base, but the Muta attack is going to commence. Who's going to have the advantage? It's hard to tell, but 13 against 10. Mutas in favor of Jaedong so far, just going to back up from there, but doing the damage he needs to, giving time for those Zerglings, to clean up the drones and taking the advantage.
Gosh, Jaedong is surgical with these strikes, breaking in, annihilating everything mining, going to go for the third base strike round 2. Does BL try to rebuild those drones? Of course not, too many Zerglings swinging on in, and this is where Jaedong takes the opportunity to get nice pickoffs on small packs of Mutas, overlords on the extremities. Jaedong is more than happy to take any little edge because soon enough BL will crumble.
Reinforcements will help out though, and Jaedong needs to be careful. This can snowball out of control. Zerglings running into the main base. Things look good for Jaedong, but he cannot get complacent.
Yeah, right now Jaedong is behind in Mutas by 1. Zerglings from Jaedong sweeping in. Banelings starting to get more, even up in the main base. Jaedong, oh, if he manages to get those pickoffs, that will be tremendous. BL is not going to let it happen.
And I love the Banelings too. I mean, they're like Widow Mines. They force you to micromanage that situation, and it's only 6 minerals and 6 gas that you're wasting per Baneling. It's not that much. If they ever finish, boom, you're losing a lot of drones.
I mean, it's 120 gas a minute per geyser. So every minute that Jaedong keeps his opponent off mining is 2.5 Mutalisks. Jaedong is now accepting BL's counterattack gladly. The Mutalist count for BL is tumbling. BL has the Mutalist disadvantage, 17-13. Jaedong darts forward, picking him off more and more, and it looks like BL is on his last legs.
Yes, he is losing every single Mutalist, trying to back up from here, but he knows it's over. Jaedong will take game number 3.
Prevents the clean sweep.
Yeah, really clean play. In the initial stages, some would say 15 pull, 15 hatch is like the hardest counter you could possibly have to what Jaedong does, the early pulls, and Jaedong shows that he's completely fine. Still, Byul had the hatcher